Welcome to EVE Online. I'm Major Freak. This is a bit about intel, specifically when and where are your enemies, basically. It sucks grinding missions, but the benefit of finally getting to level 4 missions and just grinding through those in a fleet is that everybody in the fleet gains the reward no matter where they are in the EVE universe, as long as they're in fleet. They can be docked up in Jita. And it boosts everybody's standings, which is great. And I've got quite high standings for all my guys, so I can get up to level 4 agents everywhere. The nice thing about the really great thing about the whole thing is that you get access to locator agents. And if you've never experienced that before, welcome to it. What I do is in one of my folders, my main shared folder for my alts is I save the station as a location and add the name of the locator agent, the level 3 locator agent, because when I do locate agents, I spam them because I want to know the location of a bunch of people all at once, and there's more of them. Level 3, they're cheaper. They might take 15 minutes as opposed to 5 if you use a level 4 agent. But yeah, I'm willing to, because when you're tracking somebody in real time and they're moving, you don't really need to know where they are in 5 minutes. Because if you're tracking a moving target and you need to track him a lot, there's a lot more agents. You can just spam the heck out of a lot of people, and that's what I do. I've got 4 characters who can do this. And how I do it is, well, first of all, it's when are they online. So these guys are so active in Jita. It's just, I had to go to page 14 for any kill outside of Jita. And that was on beginning, I forget, but this Asbel, page 14. So it's hard to get a read of, when you look at a big organization with lots of kills, you're like, oh, great. But what I have done is, I've got a list of pilots, and I'm going to locate all these guys. And I've brought up their activity heat map. You just click to enlarge. And as you can see a pattern here. This is obviously another person who's active in Jita a lot. And this one, yeah. As you can see, there is a gap between 10 and 1400. The online time of somebody awake during normal diurnal hours is kind of a Chinese-Russian time zone. It's not really, you can't really pin it down. So the person does use Chinese and Russian names for his ships, and it's typical for Chinese to, if they're anime lovers, to use mythological Greek and Roman words. So those are ship names as well, and character names as well. So it could be a good indication of where they're at, so you can get an idea of when they're awake and what schedule they keep. So this is when he sleeps. So that's your breathing space. So that's when and where. We go into here and we dedicate one character to track down because it makes it easier. So we'll do that. And we'll do this person. And the Nestor pilots are the ones you want to pay attention to, because that's when he's expecting trouble, right? And cutting it down, really. Simplicity's sake. You don't want to locate, well, with this many characters I absolutely can, and you'll see it happen. How many I can do at once. It's quite impressive, and well worth your time grinding through those annoying effing missions. And of course, being cheaper, he's outside of the constellation, I believe. Outside of the region, I think. Yeah, I think 100,000 is outside of the region. If they're in wormholes, you'll know it right away because it says, we can't reach him. It's in an unknown location. So you're like, oh, it's in a wormhole. So it's a free, if they're in a wormhole, you get a free locate. Not which wormhole. So there you go. That's the first one. And what you do is you set all the level 3 agents nearby to your... And never, ever click this for this. You just a really good reminder. Because, you know, you could just be, you know, blurry, waking up, needing coffee, and forgetting you're at war. Especially if you undock from Jita. It's like, pay attention. And you'll have all your locate agents stations in the... L is a great hotkey. They just did it recently, like late last year, and it's just press L and you've got all your... Oh, it's just awesome. And you can offline and online shared folders at will. You can only have 3 at once online. Very helpful. You can have multiple uses for shared folders. Like you can have, say, you can have a shared folder for locate agents if you just don't want to see them littering your locate, your local folder, you know. Yeah, you could have one for keeping tabs on upwells nearby. You can have one for mission salvaging runs. You can have, yeah, I mean, that's the ones I mostly use. I haven't thought up any new, but it's a new thing, this shared folder. I'm just getting used to it, so I'm sure there'll be more learning points for me. All right. And of course, now since we have the name of the person, you can quickly go to that level 3. In fact, in case there's multiple level 3 agents. Yeah, this is helpful in so many ways, and it's cool that you can see it docked too, which is a plus in my books. Yeah, I bash CCP a lot, but they do improve the game, even though it's the areas that I mostly don't want them to. But hey, beggars can't be choosers, right? Yeah, and that's all you do. You just bang these suckers in. Yeah, and you're it's pretty breakneck too, because things in Eve take so bloody long that 15 minutes can flash by so quickly. And well, Dr. Bird's definitely gonna, but I think this guy's the main for the autist doing the stretcher hits. There you go. That way you get your locate agents pinging all at the same time. So it's not like, hey, which one? Where's my notification? There you go. That's pretty simple. This one doesn't have the standings. Neither does this one. I'll do a quick thing about how to give people access control without giving them access to everything. It's sometimes scary when you're trying to give access to people and you're like, I don't want them that can take over my system or my strap up. Well, I'll give you the ups and downs of that. Yeah, another video. Yeah, finding locate agents is super simple now. They used to do it outside of game, but they've made an in-game function. So you go agents and missions, you go mission agents, and you go locator agents. Wahaha. Dun dun dun. You go level 3, set it to level 3. You go current system, because otherwise it's annoying. Within 2 jumps is fairly good. You can just hop to one to another and set up your Ziona. That's nice. Current station Ziona. There's 2. Awesome. So definitely go there. We'll add a waypoint there. They're usually at different stations. Usually, that's typical. And there you go. Don't ignore standings requirement, of course. But yeah, that's how you do it. It's pretty awesome. And then you head over there. I've most likely got locate agent bookmarks already for those. Yeah, as you can see, so I'll be hitting within a couple of jumps. I'm hitting, let's see, 4 times 4, 16. Locate. Did I do that right? Am I just... It's probably 8. No. 4, 8, 16. Yes. I see. I suck at math. So yeah, and even before your first notification of locate, which is pretty funny. The wording is pretty cute. But even before I've finished whipping around and blabbing my face off, I still haven't gotten my first notification. So I'm sure this will be a 20 minute too long video, but for those of you who've never done it, I'm sure it's informative and illuminating on how powerful the function is. Now, granted, if people are moving 15 minutes, you could beat a Jita already, you know. Normally you'll be able to find, and there you go, see? Awesome. So we'll dock there. Drive active. And make sure I'm parking at the right one, otherwise I'll get confused. And Ziona, park at that one. And see how easy it is with them here? There we go. And bingo. Yeah, there we go. See, if you set it up to go off at the same time, you don't have to guess which character you need to look at because they're all right there. Docking request accepted. Docking permission there you go. I'll shut down the video as soon as I show you the locate wording. It's kind of funny. Docking request accepted. You just click on the notification, it'll open up your communications. I found your scum sucker, and then they word it differently each time, but it's pretty funny. So he's in Jita. So his entire team is in Jita. And this one's obviously in Jita because, you know, so everybody is in Jita. Fascinating. Yeah, and I'm sure everybody else is in Jita, so that's how it works.